Hello and welcome to another episode of Todd's in My Kitchen. I'm your host, Todd Thomas, and today we're in my kitchen here in South County. And we put it out on our social media on Facebook of Todd's in My Kitchen. You got to follow us on Facebook, Todd's in My Kitchen. And we asked for recipes, and two people, Christine Vandyke and Brian Steckenrider, both submitted that they wanted me to do shepherd's pie. Now, I did some research on shepherd's pie because I've never made it before. And I'll first say that shepherd's pie originated in Scotland, and it then kind of moved to Ireland, and that's what we know as shepherd's pie for the most part. However, I'm not really making shepherd's pie today. I'm making cottage pie. The difference is I'm using ground beef instead of ground lamb. So that's the difference. Lamb or mutton makes it shepherd's pie. Ground beef makes it cottage pie, but we'll call it shepherd's pie today. And so what I'm doing now is I'm browning the ground beef, and it's about 1.5 pounds. Now I'll tell you that we purchased a quarter of a cow a while back, and this is part of that cow, and we call her Bessie. So this is 1.5 pounds of Bessie ground up, and then I've got a pan here that I'm going to drop in 4 tablespoons of butter. And now you can use onions for sure, and then any kind of vegetables that you want, and you can use fresh or frozen. To make this easy and quick, I've got frozen vegetables here, which is carrots, corn, peas, and green beans. Just saute that, and you'll see that it's real buttery, which is kind of good. But that's all going to go into the meat here in just a little bit. And then I took 3 potatoes, boiled them, and mashed them, and they're right here. So it's going to be the ground beef vegetable mixture on the bottom, and then you top it with the potatoes, and you throw it in the oven at 400 for about 30 minutes. So right now, I'm going to continue sauteing this up. Now, by the way, I've got one in the oven already that I'll show you, so for sake of time, we can get that done. But once again, I'll tell you that we are Todd's in My Kitchen, and you can follow us on Facebook at Todd's in My Kitchen. You can share, you can like, you can comment, you can do everything like that. You can catch us on the TV network, and that's where some of our episodes have gone. You can catch us on the street sometimes. All right, so it looks like our vegetables are done here, so I'm going to bring them over and add them to the ground beef. Again, cottage pie. Shut this off, and then I'm also going to add a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. That's easier to read than it is to say. Okay, you hear it starting to sizzle a little bit. That Worcestershire kind of burns your nostrils a little bit. And then, by the way, just so you know, I'm doing this in half, as I already have the other half in the oven. So this is a smaller pan than you would use. But what you'll do here is typically a 9x13 will work, but this is not that big. So here we go. And I will put all the meat and the veggies in the pan, and then just kind of spread it around to make sure it's even, and then you top it with the potato. And kind of make sure it goes everywhere. And then what I like to do is bring a fork in and make sure that it has some peaks and valleys, and that way, this kind of already has it here really. So once you've done that, you're ready to put it into an oven. It's preheated at 400 degrees, and then bake it for about 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? That is cottage pie. Pretty simple. Potatoes, ground beef, onions, mixed vegetables, a little butter, a little Worcestershire, a little salt and pepper, and a great meal to have on a cold day this fall. All right, so now we'll sample it, see how good it is. The top is a little firm, a little crusty, which is great. Then you make sure that you get some of that goodness on the bottom there. All right, here's what you're looking at. Okay, and hopefully it's not piping hot. Very good. I mean, mashed potatoes and meat is basically what you have here. I will suggest a little more salt, a little more pepper, but to your liking. All right, so this has been shepherd's pie or cottage pie. I hope you learned a little bit about it. Maybe you'll try the recipe on your own. If you want to see the recipe, it's right below in the comments section. And if you want to submit a recipe for Todd's in My Kitchen to do in the future, please do that as well. Like us, comment, share, and thank you so much to Christine Vandyke and Brian Steckenrider for submitting this recipe of shepherd's pie, aka cottage pie. Once again, I'm your host, Todd Thomas, and thanks for watching Todd's in My Kitchen.